What's up, and welcome to First Geek 411. It's session 9 of our Daggerheart actual play podcast Until Winter's End. I am excited. We have been away for holidays and for all of that, and so it's great to be back in 2026 with some more TTRPG goodness. And so it's going to be a great time. We're going to get to reacquaint ourselves with Daggerheart, the system, all of that kind of stuff after some time away. And so we also at the end of our previous episode, after y'all defeated Vel, leveled up to level 5 and then entered tier 3 of play. So as we get started, we're going to talk a little bit about what that level up entailed for everyone. And then we are also going to be going to a gala. And so I hope that everyone is ready as we kind of continue with our time skips that we've been doing. So it was end of spring when y'all returned from Lower Moonhold. And so now we are going to be more or less in the middle of winter. And so probably about a month and a half have passed since y'all returned. And so we are going to be picking up there. And before we get into all of that, of course, let's go around and introduce our players. I don't know if I said my name at the beginning, so I'm going to say it now. My name is Cameron. I'm the game master for this, so I am the voice of physics and all of that. And so, and then with me, as always, from West Coast, Best Coast, is Emma. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be back after the holidays. I am playing Crinkles, who is an underborn fairy druid. Anyone and everyone who knows me knows that I am a druid main. I love my druids. I just love everything about them. And Crinkles, is a bit of a mushroom enthusiast, which has turned out to be helpful for the plotline. And it's a good time. She comes from a family of mushroom farmers who grow mushrooms to help with the random switch between summer and winter around here to supplement the food chain. So it's a good time.
Then all the way from twitch.tv/Locksteady is Rob. How you doing?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing great. Happy to be back. Unfortunately, I missed the last session because, shockingly, I went into the holiday season with the flu. It was good times. The whole house caught it. Loved that for us. But I am playing the one and only Beeman Fitzwilliam Peabody III, a Slyborn Ribbit Rogue. Really, he's just a little guy with a heart of gold.
The whittle guy.
And by heart of gold that I stole from someone else because, it's crime time.
It's crime time. And then, in the dark of the abyss, is Mayfly. How you doing?
Hi, 'tis I, the Mayfly. I'm Cricket. Cricket does a lot of crime. Cricket started out in prison. They will probably end up back in prison.
What? No.
That's the stick. That's it. That's the thing.
And then in the Mushroom Kingdom, but not that one, is Tasha. How you doing?
It's me. I'm so happy to be back. Very excited for the gala. Emrys has picked out a dress because I was obsessed with it for about a day. Emrys is a Emberkin from the Frostborn community. She was saved by her patron, and so now she's a warlock who is invested in doing crime, but also wants to provide therapy on the side. She has found a niche for that, and so she tries to balance that out between picking out a dress, probably stealing said dress, and providing you therapy to help with mommy issues.
And then beam him up. It's Mike. How you doing?
Hey, everybody. Glad to be back. Glad to be here. Glad to be with you all on this lovely 5th day of January. And for some of us, back to the first day of work. And that was painful. So I'm playing Andar Seafallen. He is a Seaborn Qatari warrior. He is not looking forward to this gala, by the way. Andar does not do parties. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Just one question: is Damlin going to be at this gala? Because we haven't heard from Damlin in a while.
Sure haven't. I sure would be crazy if there was a hidden countdown going.
It would be crazy if I remembered who Damlin was.
Gotta watch.
You
Gotta
and
keep
me
up with the lore.
both.
I wasn't gonna say it out loud.
Well, it's on track for me to not remember anything or take any notes. So as long as it's just me, I can say it out loud.
So
Check my sticky notes.
I'm also
Yeah.
terrible about taking notes.
yeah, I think this was a Ginny
I'm
D
just here
thing.
for a good
but,
time,
like,
guys.
I think what she does is she doesn't take notes on anything her character wasn't there for. So that way, as a player, she has to remember it.
Yeah.
And that could be somebody else, and I'm just equating it with Ginny D, but it seems like
No,
like
I'm pretty
Ginny
sure
D
it's
thing
her.
to do.
Yeah.
And
That's
that
what it
is
sounds like,
such
yeah.
a good idea of
Yeah.
like if these are things my character wouldn't remember, I need to remember them. I was like, oh, genius.
Yeah.
And one last bit of housekeeping before we get started. At the recommendation of Mayfly, I forgot to say this last time, but we have
It's like,
begun
what do I do?
a meme of the session. Did I completely forget about it until after the last session? Yes, I did. But what we are doing with that is our players can submit a meme over in the memes channel of our Discord, and I will then pick the one that I like the most, and they will get advantage on the next session. And so they'll be able to add 1d6 to any roll that they make. And yeah, so I liked my meme the most, so I'm going to take advantage. And so, I'm kidding. We'll give.
Right,
I did
Cameron, I
like
see
my
how
meme
it is.
the most, but like I feel like
Fair
I'm
enough,
biased
fair
there. But we will give it over to Emma for her cricket staring into the conspiracy theory board.
It's all about the birds.
That was a good one. No, that was a good one.
That was literally
so-
how I pictured the scene going in my head. Was just that conspiracy theory meme of just the strings
That's
on the
because that's
board.
how I described it like that because I wanted people to envision it. I was like, it's Charlie in front of the board. That's
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love that for y'all. And so we'll be, of course, open to more memes from our players. And if you are a watcher, listener, anything, and you would like to submit memes as well, you can do that. Will that give someone advantage? Maybe. Haven't thought that far ahead. And so
They could,
We'll see.
if they win the meme, they could then say who they want to give the advantage
that's
to.
a good idea. So if you are a watcher, listener, and you submit a meme, you can call out who you want to give the advantage to for the next session. I like that as a strategy. So, okay. So let's get into Daggerfall. We, of course, are in Avathia, a kingdom
what is this?
trapped.
Daggerfall?
Daggerfall. Daggerheart. And so, yeah, we're in the world of Avathia, a kingdom that is constantly in this struggle between two deities fighting over spring and winter. And so, as we said earlier, we are now in the middle of our normal winter season as we find our characters getting ready for our gala. And so I want us to kind of go around. This doesn't have to be like one at a time if people wanted to have done stuff together. But I do kind of want to hear, like, in world, what has your character been up to this past like month and a half of time? And then with that, what is something cool from your level up that you want to call out? Hitting tier 3 is a really big deal because it resets all of your level up options and then also gives you some cool moments. And so for some of us, this might be RP. We might get into some like conversations as character or as like characters in the world, or if you want to just share, that is okay as well. We can go backwards from our order before unless somebody specific wants to go, but we can start with Mike.
All right. So I would say Andar. I mean, he's pretty locked in when he's not adventuring with the party. He is continuing to work through this struggle of being this soldier and growing his skills, but knowing that this is something that his family like intensely disapproves of. Like, right? He comes from he's a seaborn Qatari, like, right? His whole foundation of his family and his community. Um, and I have to go back and look at the name. But the community in Starlight Cove that he's from, they're all fisher cats, for lack of a better term, and so their whole system is built on everything revolves around fishing. They trade with the Vathia for things that they can't get there on their own. But so Andar is an anomaly for not wanting to stay and not wanting to continue the family tradition or community tradition of fishing and focusing on the community. He's really out here as a soldier for himself, and now he has kind of found this secondary community of criminals, and so he's struggling. You'll never know it because he's very stoic in how he approaches a lot of things, and I think he channels a lot of his energy into training. So he's got this community group that he's trying to figure out this mystery with, and he's growing very fond of them. But he's also got this community with the military, and people there that he is falling essentially not in love with, like in a romantic sense, but in the sense that like these two groups are now becoming part of this community and making it bigger. So that's kind of where he's at in his headspace, and what's been on over the last month is he's just continuing to train and to train, and these skills are paying off in terms of his training. So in the level up, he got a boost to his evasion, he got a boost to his hit points, his sword skills are growing. He's now gained more sword skills. So a lot of his essentially what he is as a fighter and kind of a borderline tank, because at this level up we technically can multi-class. And I actually really, really pondered whether or not to make him go full tank and to multi-class him with a guardian. I'm still pondering that. That is still kind of a possibility for next when we level up for the next one, that I might turn that corner. But I haven't decided yet if I want to go down that route, because I mean it does add some really cool things that I think would be really interesting to see what a warrior and a guardian. Thinking like pure D&D, think like almost like a fighter and a paladin kind of combining their skills. So really interested to see. But one of the things I did take, because one of my goals with Daggerheart and getting to know this system was to really take advantage of the cards that come with it.
All about the cards.
Yes, like, and so normally I skip these things. Like half the time I'm like, I don't, yeah, they're fine, whatever. So I've really leaned into a lot of his level up being off these cards. So the one I took was this one. It's called Vitality. And I love the artwork on these cards, by the way. The people who did this artwork are just freaking phenomenal. Like, they're amazing.
I will call out, please make the artwork more easily accessible.
Right?
Like, I'm so upset that I can't find good, like, high quality versions of this artwork for all of it. Because, like, whenever I want to make posts about it, it's like the same 3 pictures that I can find.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because CR always hires, and Darrington always hires the best artists for stuff. Yeah. And then they only make like the main campaign stuff readily available in large form, which is.
But I was thinking the same thing. Like, I would love these as like a computer background or a background on my mobile phone. Like, they're just amazing. But the thing about this card, so this is one where it's not one you use every session. It's literally you use it and you put it away. But with this card, I get to permanently gain 2 of the following benefits. So 1 stress slot, 1 hit point, or 2 bonus to my damage thresholds. So I took 1 hit point, the bonus to my damage thresholds, and then the level up, I took an extra stress. So I literally leveled up my damage, my stress, and my hit points all in one go. So if I was untouchable before,
Oh no, if only someone had planned for this.
Right?
Anyway.
Just gotta count on that dice rolling, being a little rough. But no, like
See if I can
I'm
roll a
actually
10.
I'm really excited with this level up to kind of see what he could do now with all these bump ups to his stuff. So
Yeah.
very very cool.
And because of crime, we have not really focused a lot on like Andar's like backstory and his time training. Like I may have asked this before when we did a separate level up. I don't recall. But like what kind of, I'll say, student is Andar? Like obviously like you're going out on these missions, and we've established like within the setting that like the idea of things that take care of food take precedence like over like basically all other duties. But like when you're back in your training or going out on missions, like what kind of soldier is Andar?
He tries so hard to be what you would consider the perfect soldier. Like for him, it is very much a if he is if he's not sleeping, eating, or like yeah, having to study, he is training like nonstop, and it's part of it for him is just this drive to, I think, one, prove to himself that this was the right path to take, that this was that I'm not gonna say completely walking away because he still reaches out to his community, even though it's awkward. He still talks to his parents and his siblings and things, and but it's just awkward. And so he works real hard to be able to stand in front of them and be like, look, this was the right decision. Like, look at what I'm doing. Um, so there's a lot of pressure he puts on himself for that to be quote unquote perfect. So he studies hard, he trains hard, and I will say there is a detriment to it though. Like to put it this way, he's book smart, he is not street smart. Like yes, he does all these missions, but like if you know it doesn't go to according to the textbook, like it throws him sometimes. But like his relationships outside of like he doesn't go into town and do extra things. So like he's not social. He's not like so there's a lot of things that are hurting that would make him a better person. Um so for example, going back to way back at the beginning, when he got really mad at Cricket for stealing the food, right? Like he could by this point be associating with people who are hurting and learning that the world is not so black and white. But in a way, because he's focusing so much on this one particular thing, he's almost becoming more locked in to his black and whiteness and becoming a little less gray. So that's where his struggle is with like this group. He loves this group. He's beginning to really love this group, and he's embracing who they are because of these missions and because of this larger mystery. But it's more about the mystery than it is about them.
Some great background. Let's jump over to our favorite Emberkin. Tasha, what has Imris been up to over this time as we kind of talk through that as well as the level up?
Okay. Well, let's see. I think she, because of a new spell that she's acquired for this level up, I think she's trying to connect more with her patron and trying to learn this, like especially this new spell. Um, so I think yeah, she's doing a lot of tithing. So whatever dead is around, she's just gonna that's just her thing for the night. She's like, oh, I gotta go place coins on this dead thing's eyes, and then she'll tithe because she likes the give and take of this relationship. Let's see.
So
She has a yes.
So are you like seeking out like dead bodies like to do this, or are you like and like I don't know the mechanics of warlock, and but like is this something that like how do you imagine like are and then like if you are like seeking out bodies, like how are you going about this? Is this something that like you're sneaking around to do? Like is this something that like you're going out and just like taking care of? I say specifically because like you and Cricket are roommates. And so
Uh-huh.
like is this something that like you're hiding from Cricket, or is this something that like
Oh no. No, 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 no hiding whatsoever. I think it's a little bit of like sneaking or possibly I'm assuming there's like a morgue in this town. So it's easy access for her to like sneak in there probably and be like, "Ooh,
okay.
look at all the bodies." I don't know why that's just a thing, or if there's like a creature that just happened to expire as she's walking around town. She would use like them instead in place of like an actual uh humanoid, I guess. Um so like mechanic wise, okay, so warlocks they have to do a tithe every day. So she's got to do something, and if she can't find an expired creature, then I'm kind of imagining like she has a tiny little like quote unquote altar set up in her room just to like meditate and like, oh, I found this cool like coin. There's your offering, or a dead plant, or whatever she steals. Like that could be the offering for her patron. Um, but yeah, no, she's not hiding anything from Cricket whatsoever. And I haven't run this past Mayfly, but I'm thinking because part of her experience, she's trying to dive into uh, therapy, I guess, now that she found out that she's really good at it. So in my mind, I'm thinking either they have found a place in the city to offer sessions, like, hey, come in and therapy, or out of their home to where I'm in a session and then Cricket can just, rifle through some things, but not take anything too obvious.
Oh, I love
But
that second one.
okay, okay. See, I thought you would.
I love that second one. That's great.
So it's like, ooh, we get money, but also a little something extra. So I
They'll
figured
never
it was
know.
very fitting. I know, they'll never know. Like it's perfect. A little bit here, a little bit there. Uh, let's see what else. She's also, I guess, I don't know how, but I added a HP slot. I'm not sure how that fit in. She has new armor. I'm assuming she has stolen it, or it was during a session. Like, hey, I will barter with you. So give me some armor, and I will help you through your mommy issues. Um,
and then we'll steal from you also. So like
and then yes, yes, yes. Oh, I need a dress for the gala. That could also be a barter situation. Yeah, a lot of trade, a lot of bartering, and then the stealing off to the side that they'll never know.
um as we kind of talk through like that therapy side of things, we'll jump over to Cricket. And because Cricket went through a lot in our last couple sessions, like found out some connections to her former coven, and then all of them were like killed as part of various rituals by Vel. How is Cricket doing?
Cricket is, I would say, probably aside from scheming with Emrys, really disconnected. She spends a lot of time in her room with the talisman that she picked up from Prudence's ashes, just kind of fiddling with it, mulling it over, staring at it, probably crying, probably wanting to jump out a window, but then remembering she has wings, so that doesn't really do very much. Yeah, she's kind of going through it.
Something that you find over this time frame is that you begin to like lose time, like not in the sense of like losing track of time, but like there start to become some gaps for you in the things that you are going through. Like you'll go out with Imris, and then you won't remember like what you stole. Like you'll just kind of have stuff as y'all do these do this therapy scam. And I say scam, like the therapy is real. The crime is also
The therapy is real.
So
Crime is also real. Crime is just as real as the therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like so you'll go and you'll like you just won't remember the specifics. Like you'll remember things starting, and then you'll like have things that you don't recall how you acquired. And one of the times you have this gap of time where you were out, and then what seemed like in the blink of an eye, your dual staff was missing. Like you could have sworn you had it. It's gone. You don't really know where it went. Like you don't have a recollection of that. And then, yeah, well, you can.
I think I got robbed, guys. I think for once the tides turned.
Was it me? I don't think I would do that.
Was it me?
Am I the criminal?
Am I the problem?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can talk more as things go.
My girl cannot catch a break, y'all. Jesus.
Yeah. And I'll say as during one of these moments, and if you and Imris want to kind of have the spotlight for this, y'all can. One of these moments where you like come to afterwards, you and Imris like catch eyes, and Imris, you notice that Cricket's eyes are different colors than what they were before. And then in the moment where like Cricket comes back into her, like into the memory, like your eyes like flash back to the normal color.
I would say they probably go like a deep purple. And then they go back to their normal, like, buggy black. What? Where are we? What's going on? Just like totally.
Where are we right now? Are we like?
I'd say y'all are probably like in your
public?
apartment. Like,
oh, okay.
Like wherever y'all
okay.
are doing the therapy thing.
Okay.
So like this would be like afterwards when y'all are meeting back up, and so or meeting back up, but like when it's just the two of you after this.
She would know. I think Emers's first instinct is, are you being possessed? Would you know if you're being possessed?
Maybe? I got this necklace out of that old lady's bag. Did you solve her problems?
Oh, yeah, she's gonna think about what she did. And
Wait,
maybe
I also have
apologize.
a handful of gold. I don't know where this came from, but I know where this came from.
They didn't. Okay. Are you losing memories, or are you just losing track of time? Or
I don't know. I've kind of been ignoring it, honestly. I kind of just figure I'm just like not paying enough attention.
Cameron, question: Are there magnifying glasses in this world?
No, you would
I'm
like be able
assuming.
to find or get a lens of some kind. Yeah.
Okay. I like if we have one nearby, I would like to almost like an eye doctor, but all I have is a magnifying glass and want to just like see if I can peer into or just make Cricket's eyes bigger. Like I'm trying to look for something, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for, or just focusing so hard to see if her eyes are going to change again.
Yeah, you're able to do that. Mayfly does like. What do you think? Does she see anything? Like, what would?
I would say probably at the current moment, they just look like bug eyes. They just look like Cricket's normal eyes. They're black. They're a little bit multifaceted, but they look fairly normal.
Okay, I'm good. You can tell me no, but I'm going to sit in my chair and I would like for you to take a seat on the couch.
Therapy time.
Yes.
Cricket's gonna rob Cricket.
Yeah, what happens? Because usually we just rob people. So who's gonna rob me?
No one. I'm not going to. I'm listening to you. And then if something pops out
But
of
my
the
staff is
abyss,
gone, so someone has robbed me.
so you're going to be bait, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Why don't you talk to me, and then I will keep an eye on your bubble, like this area right here. Or how about I want you to hold on to the gold. I'll take the necklace or the jewelry, whatever.
Okay.
We'll just stash it over here. Because yes, but keep the gold. Maybe I don't know, a bracelet or something. And then let's have a chat, and then we'll see if something pops up and steals it. So, how are you feeling? Would you like some tea?
Hmm. Mm. Mm. I'm fine.
That okay?
Mm-hmm.
Fine as in, oh my gosh, I just found chicken tendies fine. That would actually be a bigger emotion if I found chicken tendies. Um, or fine as in, I don't like being here and you're making me talk.
I would say Cricket kind of just places the handful of gold just kind of like on the side of the chair and instinctively reaches for the talisman on her neck that she picked up from Prudence. Well, the remains of Prudence. Life goes on. Life goes on.
Yes, that's a good observation. But how are you making your life move on? What do you think are some good steps that you can take today?
What are actionable goals?
I'm not an actual psychologist. Like, I don't know how to.
Yeah.
Because, like, what do you do when you think about Prudence?
I don't don't respond. Cricket cannot respond to that question.
Am I noticing anything like the gold, like suddenly a gold piece is gone or anything? Yeah.
Give me a instinct check.
First roll of 2026.
Oh.
No pressure.
Okay. No pressure.
I'm just saying Cricket would have critical this roll, so.
I got a great track record.
Oh, did not crit. That is with hope, but 10.
Mayfly, you can jump in and with this if you would like, but I would say, like, you definitely notice that things seem very off in that as Cricket like talks of or doesn't talk of Prudence, like you can see things like going on, like you can see wheels turning, you can see things like that, like you can tell that like this is a not like can't talk about it, but like there's clearly something there.
I would say
a fair.
Yeah. I would say it's almost as though there are deep purple like shadows that are there but aren't really there, kind of around her eyes, like around her eye sockets. And she just kind of stares. And just like fingers the necklace. Phrasing, but don't worry, I did it before any of you could do it. She kind of just like messes with the necklace.
Okay, so when you say like shadows but not shadows, do I see like a wisp of anything?
Kind of, yeah, but it's very fleeting. Very fleeting.
I ask because that's so her patron, part of her like sphere of influence, the first one being knowledge, her second sphere is shadow. And I don't know if that, I'm assuming like can see kind of like either directly into like a shadow or like beyond the veil type thing. They didn't really clarify with the shadow part, but instinctively I feel like Emrys would want to try to ask her patron since she's been buddy lately.
Yo dog.
Yo dog, what's up, boo?
So I'll say that like it's going to take you a little bit of time to get this set up and get this going. So maybe this is like a week-long process. And so as you are like working with your patron and getting this stuff figured out, we'll come back to like that scene a little bit later. I'll say like as you try, you find yourself like almost like a magic barrier is preventing you from getting in. And so you feel like you are breaking through slowly, but like it's something that takes like time and effort, and then is obviously something that like on Cricket's side has to be good as well. So we'll come back to that scene in a moment. I know I said I wanted to go in reverse order, but I changed my mind. So Crinkles, how is level 5, how is mushroom life going? And then the most important question, is your Gala clothing mushrooms?
Okay. It's combined answer. Because this is combined answer. Mushroom life is going great. She decided that courtesy of the last quest they went on, mushrooms were getting a bit of a bad reputation. So she has since gained a little bit of presence because she has turned to what is the fantasy version of social media marketing. In other words, she's just walking around on the streets talking to people about the good news that are edible mushrooms.
And so I love, so like, do you have pamphlets? Like,
Yeah, she has little pamphlets of like, hey, have you heard about the great health benefits of eating mushrooms in your daily diet? They foster a good gut health and all of these different facts, and she's getting really into it. And like her social skills have like got up a little bit in the month and a half that she's been working on this because she figured out what worked in talking to people and what did not work in talking to people. And in that process, she met some nice tailor person who was willing to give her a discount on a dress for this gala that is mushroom print because this tailor had spare fabric that had a mushroom print on it that no one was buying. So she decided that as part of her campaign to give mushrooms a better reputation, she would have a nice flowy dress that had mushroom print on it.
nice.
So twofold answer.
Nice. Yeah. And then with your level up, any super exciting things that you got access to as part of tier 3?
Yes. Where's my tab that I was just looking at? I mean, she got a little boost in some of her skills, but then also got some new like spells. That's the word I'm looking for. And one of them is chain lightning, and that's going to be super cool because it's exactly what it sounds like. Within a certain distance, when you trigger it, it like jumps from person to person, and that's a cool thing that I got. But then also, she got one of her experiences was quote unquote a friendly face. So just like someone who looks like they could be trustworthy. So yeah, that's Crinkles.
Nice. And then last, but certainly not least, as we reacquainted ourselves a little bit last session with the Markholt family for the first time since like episode like 2 or 3. I feel like it's been quite a while since we've gone to Markholt Manor, and so we have the B-Man. And so, what have you been up to? And then as I struggle to say patron because patron like also means something differently like within this setting, but like as someone who's like your patrons are the ones throwing the gala, like basically for you and for your friends, like what do you think this like this month and a half has looked like for B-Man?
Well, I feel like the last week should have been at some point me rewatching that episode because the fever really knocked most of the information out. I remember I missed a lot of stuff and I was very upset about it. Okay, so in that specific vein, I would say I'm probably just excited and proud of the progress that our party is making, in that my original goal in coming here was to try to get away from the live wholly in the shadows, nobody knows who we are, whether we run things or not kind of lifestyle. And now, you know, we've done something so good that even though the secret ingredient is and will always be crime, we're still being recognized for the good we're doing for the community at the same time. And so I think it's kind of like to some degree, kind of what Mike was saying about Andar and his whole trying to mesh his two worlds together and come to terms with things. I feel like I'm on the other side of that, where it's like I'm watching my two worlds come together, and almost intimidated by that at the same time. Like, to some degree, there's always been like the little fear of failure thing. Like, I know I want to do good, but what happens if I do good? Then everybody will expect me to do good. Then I got to do more good, because you can't just stop doing good. You know what I mean? And so all of this is building up, and I'm very excited to see us get recognized and come together and have something happen that should theoretically just be good. But at the same time, the way I approached my level up was actually kind of when we encountered the members of Cricket's coven. There was obviously a lot of stuff that Beeman wouldn't necessarily have been able to see and understand about what was going on there, especially because there was that whole like mindscape sequence, for lack of a better way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And so between that and then missing out on all of the fun at the end of the last session, I think to some degree, the intent in approaching what I chose for my level up was I need to know more about what's going on at all times. So the specific skill that I took that I'm kind of excited to see where I can go with this was the domain card Thought Delver. And so my logic in how I came to that power through the course of the level up was for those that don't know what it is, the ability is you can peek into the minds of others, spend a hope to read the vague surface thoughts of a target within far range, or make a spellcast roll against the target to delve for deeper, more hidden thoughts. And so the idea there was, it almost started with like trying to just read body language to get more information out of what I'm witnessing. And then as I continued to kind of go that way, I had like a breakthrough where it's like, I can actually tell what this person's thinking now. And would not have practiced on the friends, but it's more been a like observational thing, because that's one of my other experiences, is just that I am observant, which is, you know, byproduct of crime things. You got to know what's going on. And so in conjunction with that, the other experience I added was quick hands, again, with the intent to, I want to be able to keep up with things that my new friends are doing. And so I tried to both develop my observance of people further, which led to the Thought Delver breakthrough. And then at the same time, also trying to not necessarily say, oh, you know, I could go along on the therapy sessions, but like I could also be useful in a situation where something like that needs to happen.
I really like this idea of building up your like observation skills, where this is something where like you find yourself like reading surface level, and then you get kind of hints and hints of more things as you take time, and like it's like this gradual moment where like because I love this idea of like the surface level of just spend a hope and you can read surface thoughts. And like, I love this idea of like, this is perhaps even something that you were doing on accident, like not realizing that this was like a new power that you were unlocking.
Yeah, that was sort of exactly my logical intent for it. Was I was just trying to get more adept at reading the room. You know what I mean? And by proxy, by virtue of that was my thinking there.
Nice. And then another like kind of vibes question for you. As you are going around, we established what was their name? Ambrosia as our like quartermaster for the Markholts before. As someone that like you had spent time with at like in connection with this family. Like what does it look like as you and like Ambrosia and you and the kind of the other people around are getting ready for this gala? Like, do you think B-Man is playing a role, is helping out with that, or is this something where B-Man is just kind of off doing these other things while this preparation is going?
I would think at least part of the time I would feel obligated to try to help out. You know, like I said, the whole crux of coming here was to start over, and that was entirely facilitated by the family. And so there's always going to be this feeling that I owe them something. And then also my connection to the party and my new friends, I owe them as well to say, do everything I can to make sure that this is a great experience for everybody, and doubly so to try to make it great for everybody to come together. So I feel like I would certainly be maybe not like full-time underfoot being like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? But like anytime I would say pass by and say, hey, you need me to run an errand? Can I help carry some stuff? Like what can I do to help everybody?
You can think on this as we hop back over to Imrys and Cricket, but what is a design accent that, because of B-Man, is added at the gala? So like it could be like an emblem that's around a specific food item, like something like that. So once we get to the gala, we'll come back to that question. But that's something to think about as we go and get ready for that. And then before we jump into patron therapy, I do want to also call out for everyone from a meta perspective, above the table perspective. Like, be aware that you're now at the point in the game where it's possible that you have more cards than you can use at one time. So it's possible that you'll now have cards in your vault. And so just kind of be aware of that as an option. The top right hand of the cards is a stress cost that it costs to put that card from your vault into your hand if you need to change it during a stressful situation. So just be aware of that. It's possible that you don't have a card in the vault, especially like using Andar as the example of like, you had a card that was a one-time ability, so obviously that one's like not just chilling in the vault. But just be aware for those of you that have hit, I believe it's 6 cards, that if you want to switch from a 5th to a 6th, that like you have to pay a stress cost to do that. If you're just vibing, you can change it, but like if it's like in combat, you need to spend stress to do that. And so and then, yeah, we'll jump back over to Imrys and Cricket. And then we'll say for the sake of storytelling, tomorrow is the gala. So, did you time out, Mayfly? Or were you?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh,
it looked like you did
you mean
this.
like
and so I wasn't sure if that was a like...
No.
Okay.
I don't know if I was like trying to do finger guns or something. I don't know what I was doing.
I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. That was all. That's all.
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry.
No, you're good, and it's perfectly okay if you had wanted to time out and take it like that's perfectly fine too. I just wanted to make sure that that if that's what you were doing, I caught it, and so. But yeah, we'll give this back over to y'all for this quick for this scene.
I'm going to assume Emrys is back in her chair and we're doing another session after seeing like 3 other people earlier in the day. I think this time Emrys will take something of hers and kind of leave it by Cricket to see if it disappears too. Or have things been disappearing since we started this?
So I'll say things of Cricket's have been disappearing. Like,
okay.
But not like in the apartment. Like it would be something where like if Cricket goes out, sometimes things don't come back with her.
Okay, then never mind. She's not gonna leave stuff on the couch. I guess as Emrys is asking therapeutic questions or strategies, or hey, let's try jumping up and down. She's going to try to commune with her patron again to see if she can't like break through today.
Okay. So, I don't recall. Do you need to do a check for that, or is it like a? I don't
I
remember how that all
need
works.
I need to spend a favor to call on them, and then I get to add. I get basically bonus to
Okay.
the roll.
Okay. So, what kind of check do you think would make sense here? Like, I could see instinct, I could see knowledge. If you have a different thought,
I know initially she was going for shadow, but now that it's been progressing over some time, switching that to knowledge. Like, yeah, what is it? How can I break through? Especially without hurting Cricket. I think that's what she's more concerned, that this is actually going to cause more harm than good. So let's do this in a way that doesn't hurt Cricket.
So yeah, go ahead and give me that check.
Favor. Where's my knowledge? Okay, so I think because we increased a tier, I get an extra. Anytime you increase your tier, these spheres of influence can also gain a permanent +1
Okay.
bonus. So since we're on tier 3, I think that's +2 now. On top of their +2 value. Okay. On top of my +2 trait. Do I add my trait too, or just the?
Yes, you would add your trait as well.
Okay, so 6. Okay, thank you, dice. 12 with fear.
Okay. With fear. So as like as you go through and you enter like this mindscape with your patron, like you see this wall around Cricket that has been there, and as you go and like you approach with only a 12 and with fear, what I'm gonna say is like you see things moving in the shadows besides like just Cricket's mind, if that makes sense. Like you're not able to like identify, are these wayward thoughts, is this like memories, like you're not really able to identify any specifics as this barrier like around Cricket's mind doesn't let you through.
I will say, to add on to that, since it is a success but with fear, and Cam, check me on this if I'm wrong, I would say you can't make out who they might be, but there are 2 distinct figures.
2 different silhouettes.
Mm-hmm. Does that work with the? I don't know how GM rules for this works. Okay, great.
I'm good with that. I was close to having y'all do an opposed roll, but I wasn't sure what the tier, like the tiers of the opposed roll were going to look like.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Could I don't know how this would work. I want to like call out to one of the silhouettes to see if there's a reaction, like if I notice something different instead of focusing on Cricket. Like, hey, you. However they look, however that shape is, I'm going to name like you tall, skinny, whatever. Hey, you. Is it giving me any sort of reaction, or is it still just kind of wondering?
I would say they're similar silhouettes in the fact that they are similar height and weight. However, there is one with hair down the back and one with what potentially looks like a large braid around their shoulder. So which one do you call out to, would be my question.
Probably the braid.
Okay. There is like a kind of, in as much as you can see it with shifting shadows, there is a turn of the head, and then immediately they are now focused back on the other silhouette.
I want to try something that's maybe dumb. I hope I have the right names, but she's going to try calling for Shade.
There is no response.
Faye?
I will
Prudence?
leave up to the GM's discretion how many names you can call out and what that looks like.
Yeah, I'll say
I think
when you call out the second name, you are kicked out of out of her mind. Like you're like it comes back, and as you come to, again, Cricket's eyes are like a slightly different. Or as you come back to like your physical body, Cricket's eyes kind of have crackles of that purple, and then they solidify back to black.
Okay. And Marissa's going to jump out of her chair real quick and get very, very, very close to Cricket's face. Like, that was really rude. Like, not talking at Cricket, but like tries to see through their eyeballs. Like, that was really rude. I'm trying to help you.
What was rude?
Kick me out.
Out of what?
There's something floating in your brain. Or in your mind.
Yep.
Emrys will describe what the silhouettes look like with the hair and the one with the braid. And kind of go through describing things.
Yeah. And I think with that, as y'all kind of have this conversation about what you saw, we will go ahead and jump for everyone and leave that scene kind of there as we get to the next day, and as we find ourselves at Markholt Manor, as we get ready for gala time. So, real quick, around the horn, I do want to know for everyone, what are you wearing? Like, what's the vibe? Like, we already kind of discussed this with, like, Emma's, like, potentially, like mushroom-inspired clothing. But, like, what is the vibe of what you're wearing? If you have, like, a specific vision, or if you just kind of have, like, a mood board of, like, some sort of cool-looking blank. And so, I do want to hear what it is that you, like, how do you roll up to Markholt Manor, or for B-Man, who's probably already in there, what do things look like as y'all approach the house?
Well, you'd asked me to think about what kind of accent might have been added to the ongoings. Not to be confused with the goings on of the party. And since Beeman's primary color is blacks and grays, but my accent color is a dark purple. I was kind of envisioning, since the Markholt family is a relatively well-off family, it would be kind of a combination of like white gold with dark purple accenting for things. So like banners of like a white gold with the crescent moon, the family crest, and then the trim around the outside of the banner would be like the dark purple. And so along with that, at the various place settings, it would be kind of the same thing. Like doilies would be gold with purple trim. The tables would be adorned with vases full of flowers of a mixture of kind of white rose and like lavender and just general, a lot of white and gold and purple for the layout. And with that, what I was kind of envisioning for my outfit would be kind of imagine like your casual monk kind of vibe, where it's like a little bit of like a padded robe, like the kind of thing that you might see them, not like the bathrobe for lack of a better way to describe it, but like the slightly more formal padded version where it looks like it's got like the diamond pattern sewn into it kind of thing. So like that, but like white, gold trim, purple accenting.
Nice.
And a hood that I'm not wearing, but it is there.
Gotta have a hood. Just rogue things.
Yeah. Gotta be ready to sneak at any moment.
Emrys, as someone
So excited.
that like was pushing for Gala off like above table, like what's
so
Emrys
much
up to?
fun. So much fun when you get to play dress up. So Emerus is pulling up in the gothiest black dress, like all the way to the floor. She has long sleeves, but they're not like full, they're kind of like see-through. And it kind of looks like, how would I describe that? Like almost like dead vines, dead branches, like as the sleeve pattern. It's kind of low cut, and then she has looks like fire trailing down, like from her chest down to, I will say, shin. Yeah, probably to her shins, and then her hair is. Ooh, does she want an updo? She probably wants an updo with like some wisps of hair down, but they're on fire. So she's very, very cool. I wonder if I can. I'll try to copy or send a link in the chat.
Yes. Crinkles, what about you? You kind of gave us a high level earlier, but
Yeah, so I'm essentially imagining, I said it's like the fabric is like this mushroom print, but in terms of style, I'm essentially picturing the kind of dress that a 2010s teenage girl would wear, in that like it's not quite cringy yet, but it's still like not in style anymore, where the hemline is like a jagged cut where parts of it are like at her knee and parts of it are like down to mid calf, so it's like this jagged hem cut with like thick straps over her shoulders, and it's like a box cut top, and it's just like, for whatever reason it's out of fashion, but somehow she makes it look good anyway, regardless. And it's like the print is mushrooms, but it's like, you know, those classic like 1800 scientific textbook drawings. All of these mushrooms are in that style of art, where it's like ink pen drawings, with like figure 2, figure 8. See this thing here. with like a tannish background, and then she has her hair up in a high pony, with some like sparkle dusties around her two little antlers that she's or feathered duster antler things that she's got going on. And it's all tied together with just a simple like heart locket necklace. And that's what she's wearing.
What about Andar?
So I think Andar is going to show up in obviously very fancy like military garb. So kind of think of like stiff round collar, black jacket. It's got like silver trim all over it, like silver buttons down the center of it. But then like the base, it like flares out into kind of like almost like a cloak or a cape kind of at the bottom. And then he's got like um, actually, if I said black, I'm gonna switch it to like navy. I think it'll look cooler. Navy and silver looks pretty dope together. And then so he's got like these navy pants on, and then he's got these kind of like almost borderline like black, dark brown. Like it almost like depends on what color they are by what light they're in. But these leather boots. I don't know why I refer to them as pirate boots because they got the like the little flare at the top that kind of goes over. um, but he is absolutely decked out in his finest military uniform.
And then, last but not least, Cricket.
I would say um, Cricket is kind of in. Cricket is not used to a level of fancy that this is. Cricket is used to prison garb and traveling, accoutrements and things of that nature. Like she's not used to, potato sacks, exactly. So finding something, I think, for her that was at the same level as everyone else was maybe a little bit difficult. I would say she settled on these black, almost they look like leather, but they've got kind of a brocade pattern on them that's like a velvet material. I'm thinking of a very specific pair of pants in The Sims 4. But it's in there. Played a lot of Sims 4 growing up. And now. And a off the shoulder strapless black top with a probably black leather, but with purple like boning and accent corset. And then she's got this coat on that is like a almost metallic, like pewter color, and the underside of that on the inside is red.
Yes. So you all find yourselves approaching the manor. There is like what we'll say is security, in the sense of like they're not like necessarily checking weapons or anything like that, but they are making sure that the people that are here are supposed to be here. And then they like make it checking invitations. They are like patting people down and taking note of like if people have weapons, what weapons do they have, things like that. And then as y'all enter, you are announced, and or at least for the four of you who are not presently in the house, assuming B-Man's already in there. But if y'all wanted to arrive as a group, that's definitely something that y'all could all do together. And then as you enter, you find yourselves kind of milling around. There is food out. There is drinks. Y'all would know that it is customary at one of these things for the hosts to eventually make some sort of announcement and like formally kick off the event. But you have a little bit of time as y'all wait for that to formally occur. So is there anything specific y'all would like to do as y'all wait for that?
Emrys is swishing her skirts and twirling. She's very excited.
I'm just in awe of how amazing the group looks. Everybody brought it.
As
cool.
y'all talk, you hear an announcement for saying, "Welcome, Dibio, the Great Giant." As somebody new arrives to the party.
Guys, we don't have a name. We don't have a name. Are they gonna name us? I don't know how this works. We don't have one.
Like a group name?
Yeah.
We cannot go by the crime crew. Let me just get that out of the way.
Let me tell you that. Maybe we should not quickly identify ourselves as the problem.
No.
We could call
Family's
ourselves not
here.
the problem.
Yeah.
And now introducing
All
not
good,
the
nothing
problem.
sketchy. We're not the problem.
I think that would put a target on us just because we said we're not the problem. Attendees. No, I need
And
more
y'all can be
time to think
introduced
about our group
individually.
name.
Like, you don't have to be introduced as a full group if that's something that like.
Attendees. I like that.
And welcoming the wise Galapa Ublith.
The name.
There were words there.
Are they a turtle
We could be
person?
called the
They are a turtle
Sequins.
person.
Mm.
Oh.
Mhm.
She's just swishing. Swish, swish, swish.
Crinkles is smoothing out the wrinkles in her skirt.
We'll say y'all
Why
approach
is
the front.
naming
I've got
ourselves
no
so
ideas
hard?
for our group name.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
So y'all approach the front.
And are.
Y'all are next. Do y'all want to be introduced individually or as a group?
We should probably just go individually.
Yeah,
that's
that was-
what I'm leaving.
Okay.
I think
Probably, yeah.
Seems like the sort of
Alright.
thing we probably should have figured out before we got here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
really should have planned ahead for
Okay.
this.
If
So
only
we
the person
will
hosting
come
the
up-
party would have informed the rest of the party.
I don't know how
Happy
much
man.
Cricket has really seen the rest of you, to be fair. This may be the first time you have seen Cricket since the fight with Vel.
She's missed the regular
Fair.
chicken tendy night.
Yeah. Tendies in a movie.
That's our name. Tendies in a movie.
Tendies in a
Tendies and
movie.
Well, it's a working title, okay? It's a working name.
Welcome to the group Tendies in a movie.
Who's going first? I feel like
I'll
I
go
should either go
first.
first or last.
I mean, I already volunteered, but you're
Okay.
welcome to go first.
Nope. By all means.
So they say, "Welcome, the mushroom druid Crinkles." People
Thank
turn and
you,
there's like
thank you
polite
very
golf
much.
claps as there's been for everyone else. As people like have drinks and have like appetizers in hand and stuff like that. Who would like to go next?
Me. Being very antsy.
As as Imrys approaches, you hear them say, "And welcome, Imrys, the Frostborn Emberkin." And so
Supposed to twirl.
yeah, do the,
I'm twirling.
Do the Katniss girl on fire thing where the dress.
yeah.
Yes,
It's just
yes.
how
I
you
make my
enter the whole
flames
room.
go a little.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly what
Perfect.
she does.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay. Welcome, the Wild One, Crickets.
She just kind of goes, yeah, and buttons up her coat, walks in. I do want to specify. I meant to say this. Her jellyfish tails are both in 2 braids. Instead of typically she wears them wildly, but they're both in 2 braids. So the top of her head is still very wild, but the bottom is a little bit more tamed, just like a tad bit.
Mildly more approachable.
Mildly more approachable, but not by much.
Maybe I won't kick you in the face.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Then next up,
And after you, sir.
Say that, I'll go. Yep.
the Protector of Avathia, Andar Seafallen.
So kind of walk to the top of the stairs, kind of give a slight bow to everybody, and then go find the alcohol.
And then next up is, you know him, you love him, the Great B-Man.
Oh, not even the full name?
Andar's the only. I literally just put that in chat, so the men get their full last names. Okay. Okay.
I don't even get my
I see
whole
how it
name.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't even
The
the
one
full
on
name.
there.
We didn't get the full experience.
The legendary.
The legend.
These
Yeah,
guys
Admittedly, this is
B-Man
on me for
fits
never
the-
putting Cricket and Crinkle's last names on the thing.
Oh yeah,
Crinkles
you
doesn't
did.
have a last name.
So
It's just Crinkles.
Cricket does
Literally,
though.
Crinkles doesn't.
and so
Yeah.
as
just kind of
y'all
arms behind the back and step in and bow and move my way back to the party. The group party, not
as y'all get drinks, get food, there's a handful of other names announced. You hear of the fortune teller Onyx and this lanky dragon, Dracona, comes up and takes a bow. There's the dual swordsmans, Jarek and Aquinan. And then after some time, a man approaches, and coming all the way from Moonfrost, we welcome Orog.
Oh, he just hit me. I remember now.
On a sticky note somewhere.
And so
I have a
y'all
vague
are-
recollection.
Is there a reason in Roll20 that I've had y'all on the map with the places that people are from this whole time?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
Emrys, what does Cricket see from Emrys at this moment, specifically? Because they've kind of, I feel like, bonded in a particular way. Do you know what I mean?
Probably a little bit of confusion that's going to very slowly turn into possible panic. But she's trying to be so cool about it. But you know her well enough to kind of know some of those signs.
Cricket will flit wherever this individual is that just stepped in the room. Like if they are up here at the stairs and Emrys is down here, Cricket will be this chapstick and just flit in front of Emrys, just kind of just high enough off the ground so that Emrys can't be seen from that direction. Don't worry, my coat has wing holes. We tailored. We're good.
Yeah. And I will say y'all identify Orog as an Earthkin. So. And so with that, there's a handful of other announcements as things go, and eventually there's a dinging of like a piece of silverware hitting a glass. B-Man, you know this is your cue to go and join the family as they go and kind of make the opening announcement for the event. And so we have names. We have Saluvra, Saltarin, and Aurora standing in matching clothes to B-Man. The same type of gold. I believe you said gold and white with like purple accents, I believe was the vibe. And so they stand in matching clothes with you, and Saluvra, the matriarch of the family, steps up to issue the welcome. They say, she says, "Thank you, kind people of Avathia, for joining us today. We are excited to welcome you all here and hope that you find a place of excitement and revelry as winter rages around us. As we start our evening, please raise a glass in a toast to our friends who have stopped Vel's evil actions." And there's like applause and a cheers and a huzzah from the crowd as she specifically raises her glass to B-Man as kind of representative of the group. I'm excited to announce that as we go and rebuild the company's reputation, the new leader of Vel Transportation will be my daughter, Aurora. After
My
a moment
wife.
of applause, she continues, "Now I have taken enough of your time. Let the festivities begin." And with that, the crowd disperses. Music begins to play. A handful of people begin to move to different parts of the manor, be it the backyard, the kitchen, and you begin to hear some different things, like sounds of revelry and sounds of excitement. You also hear, eventually begin to hear the sounds of swords clashing outside, with like huzzas, not dangerous clashings.
Okay, I was gonna be like,
I was like,
Okay.
oh no.
Good clarification there.
Yeah, just to clarify. And so I do want to say for this, we are going to be adapting one of the environments that comes in the game. And so for the sake of this, the thing that I want to call out is this idea that as part of this gala, if you were to do something that would be considered uncouth as part of the gala, there's a secondary role that you're going to have to make to be able to do that thing in a way that would not draw even more unwanted attention. So just kind of putting that out. So like if you were to use like the idea is like if you were to do something that would like create friction or would bring like shame to the people hosting, like that's something that in order to try to do, you would have to pass a specific check to do that. But I'll give it up to you. There's a handful of different things going on. You would know there's people hanging out in the kitchen. You said you heard some sounds of sword fighting as well, and then you also notice that the Dracona Onyx has set up a fortune-telling booth.
Did I recognize the Earthkin that walked in from?
I'll put this up to you. If you would like to recognize them outside of them being from Moonfrost. You can.
Is this not who I thought it was? Did I have a moment that
was-
wasn't a real moment?
No, it was. You may have gotten mixed up on. What was their name again?
Orog.
It's not. Oh yeah, no. But you're
I
on.
apparently also had the same moment.
Oh, okay, great.
Cricket's on the right track.
Okay, good. So Mayfly doesn't know what Cricket doesn't know, but the vibes, we're catching the right vibes, so that's all that matters. Okay, great. So Cricket's gonna stick by Emrys and do the body blocking thing wherever that individual is. As much as she's allowed.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to say there is some familiarity with Olog.
Orog. Orrag.
Orog.
So, and if you would like to roll for it, you can roll for it. Like you can do either you could do a knowledge roll to like recall if you recognize this person. It has been like 2-ish years probably since you came to Avathia, maybe a year and a half. So it has been a while since you've been to Moonfrost.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. I figured it's a small community, but maybe this individual came in after she left. Oh. 15 with hope.
15 with hope. I will say they do not seem immediately recognizable to you, but you do notice that the apparel that they're wearing matches like the town guard. Like I'm kind of building off like how Andar is dressed. It like they're wearing like the formal clothing that you would associate with like the military there or the guard from the town.
Okay, so she'll just be wary, I guess.
Pass it over then. We'll say Emma. Where do you think Crinkles would like to go first? Or what type of thing?
This individual you said had set up a fortune telling booth, or was that someone else who had set that up?
Someone else. The Dracona Onyx has set up a fortune telling booth.
Well, she's interested in that regardless of who has set it up. So she would head that direction just out of sheer curiosity to see what they have to offer.
Okay.
And
so
potentially even partake in getting a fortune.
Okay. So as you approach and you get a closer look, Onyx is like a dark-skinned Dracona. And whereas some Dracona are like big and buff, this one, they are like very almost serpent-like in their appearance. And as you approach, they say, "Welcome in. Would you like your fortune told?" They make a motion to a deck of cards in front of them.
Why, of course. I'm very curious to see what you have for me today.
So they
admit
shuffle
a similar
the card.
Curiosity and walk over to watch too.
Okay. So they shuffle the cards and they ask you to take one.
I'm going to pick one, like the 7th one in from the left-hand side.
Okay. So you go and pull a card, and they reveal to you the Tower. And as you draw the card and reveal it to Onyx, their eyes go from being these like reddish reptilian eyes to being fully covered in that red. And they say, "That which grows is but a sign of the beast that is to shine."
Interesting. Very interesting. very curious.
And then
Definitely
their
more
eyes
going on.
return. They look over. I believe B-Man, you said you were here as well. They again shuffle, fan out the cards before you. Do you take one?
I'll take the third one.
Okay. So you pull out the card and you reveal it, and it is the Magician. Again, their Onyx's eyes change, and they say, "You must wander away from the path to avoid the aftermath." Is anybody else
I
here
don't know
with
what to
them
do with
and
that.
would like? Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say by this point, like, Andar he's been kind of wandering a little bit since he entered with a drink in his hand, and he notices his friends over at the fortune telling thing. So he'll stand back just to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So if she wants to call him up, that's fine.
Yeah. On it.
Focus is Andar on this experience.
Yeah.
Do you think? Like how into this is Andar right now?
Oh, he's like, this is just weird. Healthy dose of skepticism, but he's trying to keep it off of his face as best he can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Onyx.
I mean, at this point, he's seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onyx makes eye contact with you, and you see see a grin come across his face as he fans out the cards for you.
He'll take the one. He'll sit there and kind of like do this a couple times, and then he'll just like take the middle one.
Okay. So as you pull out that card and reveal it, it is the Chariot. And Onyx says, "You may find one that is a charmer who needs the help of a suit of armor."
And I'm just gonna like snort a little bit and just be like, "What?" And then just kind of like step back behind everybody else.
Listen, it rhymes.
Yeah.
It has to be true. Those are
Right.
the rules.
Those are the rules.
How it goes.
Again, they will fan out the cards in front of Emrys. Do you take one?
Yes, I'll do the fifth. Wait, was 5 already done, or was it 3?
They're shuffled every time, so.
Oh, okay. We'll do 5. I said it already.
So they go and reveal the Hermit to you. As they say, "Eyes are upon you from the one that you flee. You must keep vigilant to spot what you must see."
Not appreciate that. Okay.
And then, Cricket, do you want to take a card?
Cricket knows a witch when they see one. Cricket knows the game because Cricket has played the game. I'll indulge you. And she fans out her coat and sits down.
They again put out the cards in front of you, and they just say, "You must choose." Which card is yours?
First one from the right.
Okay. So you go and pull out a card, reveal it, and it is the Star. And Onyx looks at you. Their eyes do not change as they just look seemingly into your soul and say, "Those who paid a cost are not completely lost."
I know the game. And that's all she says, and she gets up.
That Onyx says, "It's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of the gala." As they continue to shuffle their cards for the next people in line.
Does not sound ominous.
Yeah, Emrys is scanning the room now after that.
Well, that was
And if y'all want the
spooky.
fortunes, I'll give
What do
them
you guys
to y'all
want to do now?
separately. So if y'all want to.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Please.
Yeah, so you hear the clashes of swords outside. You hear people laughing in the kitchen area, and then you also begin to hear people tuning more instruments in like the main hall.
Dancing. Crinkles wants to go get a drink and then go wait for a dance floor to open up so that she can start dancing.
Anar's
Because
going
she
to
wants
have
to
the,
dance. She
suggest-
likes to dance.
Anar's going to have the opposite reaction and go, "Oh God, dancing."
Yeah, she's gonna go, dancing! Guys, there's gonna be dancing! Wait, I need a drink. Wait, hold on.
I would
Okay,
say-
drink first, then dancing.
I would say I have 2 left feet, but they're frog feet, so it doesn't really matter. I was going
You're
to
pretty balanced.
suggest snacks and festivities outside.
I'm down.
See what's we could see what's cooking in the kitchen, and then go see what the combat noises are all about.
Yes, please.
Sorry. Let me make sure my notes are good. Okay. So as you go to the kitchen, you notice a group, and you recognize one of the people that was announced around you, Ubleth, who seems to have kind of gathered a group around them as they are laughing and they are cheering people, and they there's food and snacks and all that stuff. Then kind of off to the side, there's this group of like 8 to 10 people. Would y'all like to get food and head outside?
Well, I feel like as somewhere between the host and a guest, I should at least stop by and see if I can see what's worth seeing here. Like, what are we partied up for? Is it apparent what they're doing? Are they just having a conversation? Is there like a game going on? Something like that?
So as you approach and you can make introductions, you see that they are, there's this, for lack of a better word, there's like a vial that they are passing around, and they are asking each other questions. And then whenever people give an answer, people are either cheering or laughing or sneering.
Frigate is going to see that and go, absolutely not, and book it the opposite direction.
Yeah, that feels like not for me.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Enjoy the party. Thanks for coming.
So with that, you
Onwards
grab
to the
your
snacks.
food to the snacks. Emma, what kind of sandwiches do they have? Like, what is the finger food sandwich that they have? Oh, she might not have heard me. She was addressing it. Emma, what kind of finger food sandwiches do they have?
Oh, that was for me.
Yeah, sorry,
thought
you
you
were
were
adjusting your
talking to
headset as
Locke.
I asked. So,
Okay. I was thinking about this earlier, actually. One of the things would be like little quiches, except instead of being in a pie crust, they're in little mushroom caps.
okay.
Because, like, she, like, got an in with someone. That's probably something that she, like, gravitates to immediately. And then probably a cucumber sandwich that's just, like, white bread, cucumber, more white bread. But Crinkles is going right for the little quiches because there's mushrooms involved. And as we all know, she's a mushroom enthusiast. And that's what she gets. And then she also gets like a glass of champagne or whatever the drinks are there. And as she's leaving the kitchen or wherever the food is located, she's got like a little tower of like 4 different quiches with her in her palm, which for a fairy means like she's carried an entire armful of little quiches. So, finger foods.
Yes.
Those are my
I mean,
ideas.
is finger food just the same size as like regular food for fairies?
Probably.
I would say, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I will mess up some of those cucumber sandwiches as long as they have butter with them.
Oh, there's
it
usually
is
butter
a
involved.
well-stocked
Okay, good.
event.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's pretty much all cucumber sandwiches have butter involved. And so she wanders out with this armful of quiche and a glass of whatever and wanders over to wherever the music is. Because she wants to eat and then dance.
So then, sorry, did you say you're going to the dance floor now?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I heard that right. Okay.
Because
So-
the music was starting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she went to get food first to give them more time to set up, and then she went to the dance floor.
Okay. And then, I believe B-Man and Andar, y'all were heading outside after this.
Yep. Grab a plate of various snacks for ourselves to take out to enjoy whatever is happening outside.
Oh, and as we're walking out, Andar's gonna ask you about if you still have and have been practicing with your gosh, what was it, like stored whip? Is it like really cool?
Yeah.
It was like,
Yep.
Okay.
Of course. Have and practice, yes. Got to stay sharp.
Boo.
As Andar walks past me, I want to pickpocket him.
Okay. Give me a
There's
finesse
not
roll.
enough crime happening.
So actually,
Sorry, guys,
what I
there's
need
just
from
not
you
enough crime
because of
happening.
the environment, is I need
Right.
I need a presence roll with disadvantage.
Got it.
So
Okay. If I'm looking for something specific in his pockets as well, does that acquire additional rolls?
yes, I would say you would need to succeed here, and then you would need to
Got it.
roll to actually grab something in specific.
Got it. Okay, so you said presence with disadvantage?
Correct. So 2d12 minus 1d6.
I have 2 sets of experiences that would apply here.
Now,
So,
you could use
how
a
does that
hope
work?
to use one of your experience.
Okay.
I believe
enough.
you can only use one at a time.
Well, they're both the same amount, so it doesn't-
Yeah, I think Imris gets to double up because of her patron. Like when.
Okay,
she's
and
done
then
things
I
specific to
will-
the patron.
spend a hope to apply quick hands to that, just cuz, I guess. So that was an 8 with fear plus 3.
So an 11. So as you begin to reach out, I'll take my fear. As you begin to reach out, you look around and you see all of these eyes that are watching the other guests, and you realize that things that happen here are not likely to go unseen by other party goers. And
But I
realize,
know him, so it's fine.
and so yeah, so I'll say with that, because you failed with fear, you are unable to pickpocket Andar.
I failed with fear?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I really should have used my witch's charm. Fuck. I thought it was a success. I would have used my witch's charm for that because I could have changed it to a success with fear instead. Damn it.
That's right again.
But okay, with that, Imris, Cricket, where do y'all want to go? There's a group heading outside. Crinkles is headed into the dance floor. What would you like to do?
Well, do I have eyes on Orag?
You don't see him at the moment. Y'all haven't seen him in, we'll say, like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. Emrys wants to kind of dance. And then, or she's kind of torn between places, but she'll look to Krigan like, do you want to dance for a little bit? And then go outside.
I will sit up on the stairway railing above the dance floor and observe. But I haven't danced in. As she starts to say that, she starts messing with the pendant from Prudence again. I don't, not anymore. But I'll hang out.
Sorry, making some notes for next session. And so as we'll focus on the three of you that have gone to the dance floor, as you approach, you see a group gathering, and you see one person standing well over a head above everyone else, as you recognize from their introduction, Diblo, or Dibio the giant. And as he turns to you, he connects with each of y'all with one of his three eyes, and he says, "Oh, welcome, little ones. Come and join us for a dance." And that is where we'll pick up next
dancing.
time.
No.
I'm in. I want to dance. I want to dance.
No.
No dance for
5
you.
more minutes.
Crinkles is so excited to dance. Because I'm excited to dance.
Okay. I just want to see this dress in
Let's
action.
dance.
Yeah.
Let's
As
see what really
we
happens.
go into our outro, we do want to again say thank you, players. Appreciate y'all coming and hanging out and having some fun. Emma, I will be kind and generous, and you can roll over your advantage to next session.
Nice.
And so
I didn't do a single roll tonight.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of rolls
I
end up
couldn't
coming
have
up
used
for you.
it.
So,
Yeah.
so you can roll that over. Don't forget to post those memes, and then we will be back in 2 weeks with session 10 of Daggerheart on January 19th. Emma and I will be back next week on January 12th for a geeky chat. And then as we wrap up, I do want to say, Locke, where can people find you? What do you have coming up?
Well, right now I'm on a bit of a, I don't know for how much longer, hiatus. So you can find me in various Discords. I hang out in the First Geek Discord as much as I can. When I do stream, as Cam mentioned at the start of the stream, it is twitch.tv/Locksteady, LOCKESTEADY. But like I said, I'm on a little bit of a break right now, so I'll be back eventually. I just don't know when yet.
Sounds good. I know you have been getting that Marvel Rivals going, at least from the Discord side of things. And so, but with that, everyone, have a great
Always
night.
trying.
Oh, I also want to shout out Varoth. Thank you for resubbing. We appreciate you. Again, hope everyone has a great night. Bye.